on to our next session. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tejraj Singh. Sir is a visionary entrepreneur who believes that every challenge has a powerful solution. With over 25 years as a financial advisor, Sir has expertly guided individuals to the right financial products, earning a prestigious place in the $1 Million Roundtable. For the past 14 years, Sir has excelled as a networker, trainer, and coach supporting entrepreneurs in building meaningful connections. As a senior director consultant for BNI, Sir has empowered over 5,000 entrepreneurs. Certified by Dr. Ivan Mishner's Referral Institute, Sir specializes in understanding behavioral styles to foster symbiotic relationships. The topic for this discussion is strategies to go beyond networking. Please give a loud round of applause.
They used to call this my first love in college. You can give it to him, but not take it away from him.
All right, so yeah, we'll try our best to do that because Gaurika is next. She will need that for her fireside chat. But what a pleasure to have you with us today, Tejraj, and I'm really excited. We got a glimpse of his introduction right now, but I was going through his profile and really inspiring, amazing work over the years. And of course, you all are free to go online, check the amazing experience and plethora diverse work that he has done and brought it all together in a culmination of what he's going to be talking about today, which is our topic, that is strategies to go beyond networking. And it's not just the word networking what we are going to discuss. There's so many things that we'll touch upon and so many direction. We were discussing initially that we'll try to structure it so that we can, in the interest of time, we can keep it small. And I'm going to just dive into my very first question on the topic of networking, that as per your experience, and you have such rich experience over the years, as per your experience, what are the common challenges or mistakes that you see when people go out and start networking, especially from a business perspective? What are those common mistakes that people are usually making?
So before I answer that question, I'd like to ask all of you guys a question. Are we good? Okay. We've been here since morning, right? Amazing session, lovely talk by Mr. Deepak Tulsian, brilliant panel discussion, hosted very well, a very wonderful keynote by Sonia herself. Could you ask for something more? Okay. Now, on the basis of all this, give me the full form of ISIM. Anybody? So, the question to me was networking, and the most important thing in networking, one of the important things in networking is listening. I was very categorically clear, based on what you have experienced today morning, tell me the full form of ISIM. So, full form is Indian School of Image Management. We all know that, right? No brownie points for that. But that's not based on today morning's experience. That's based on what we know, what we've learned, what we've done. Anybody? Okay. Identity. Simplicity. Image. Manifestation. So, okay, so that's to teamwork. 3 people together have done it, right? So, kudos to your teamwork, because we all know that Rome was not built in a day, right? We all know that? What we don't know is Rome was not built by one person.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, answering the question that I put to all of you. Based on today morning's interaction, the full form of ISIM is Inspirational Summit for Ideas and Mentoring.
Wow.
Are we good?
Brilliant.
Thank you. So the common mistake people make while networking is, point number 1, they feel that's the end. I feel that's the beginning. So I was interacting with Deepak in the tea break, and I said, people think networking is meeting people and exchanging cards. But that's just the first step.
Right.
We take the first step, and then when we don't follow through, what's going to happen? Right? So we make the mistake of thinking networking is meeting people.
Right.
That's the first step. We make a mistake of thinking referrals will come on their own.
Right.
That's the second mistake.
Right.
And we don't work on our business. Right? So before I network, I need to work on my business.
Right.
Questions were raised wonderfully in the keynote on what's your purpose, right? How you should not be afraid of sales. I think let's become children once more. Is a child afraid of selling?
Absolutely not.
And the more we grow up, the more we become conscious, the more rejection starts bothering us. That's where the problem comes. And what is networking but getting people to know you, getting people to like you, and getting people to trust you. So I do share that people think networking is a face-to-face cold calling opportunity. How many think like that? Many do. It's a face-to-face cold calling opportunity. That's what people think. But I disagree. It's an opportunity to know, like, and trust each other.
Absolutely, absolutely, and brilliantly said. And one of the things that struck my mind when he was talking about you don't have this hesitation, inhibition at the very beginning, but you have this inhibition later on, right? And that mostly comes from this Hindi line. I'm going to translate it later on, but yes, sabse bada rog, kya kahenge? Absolutely, right? So what will people say is something that actually changes a lot of things.
तो
right?
इसका आंसर एक्चुअली राजेश खन्ना ने आपको जमाने पहले दे दिया है, राइट? कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. Okay, one more question to everybody. What's the full form of the word image? Okay, forget the full form. Okay, you all are image consultants, right? Okay, so what is image?
Come on, what is image?
Yeah, I mean, the school has done brilliant job teaching you guys, yeah? I'm just going to help you unlearn.
I should be getting answers like that, come on.
Next time they may not call me, okay? Because we thought something else and this man just...
Come on, I need to hear answers. Yes, identity,
How you see yourself.
perception.
Okay. Perception.
Yes, Shripriya.
According to me, I feel image is something that which you want to project, but for that you need to want to know yourself very well.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So something that comes from inside.
Brilliant.
So I think I gave away when I asked the full form of the word image. So image is what I make of the abilities God has empowered me with. Right? God has given me the abilities and what I make of them is image.
Right.
That's what you're doing with your clients. Before that, doing it with yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. So my follow-up question is that people make mistakes, that's all right, and that also gives us learning opportunities. But then there's always this fear or shyness that, I'm shy of networking, or I'm shy of putting myself out there, or I'm shy, or I'm afraid of meeting people. So what are the areas or what are the reasons that people could be so shy or afraid about?
I'll be very clear on this. When I talk about behavioral styles, I have my own terminology which talks about people styles. Okay? Now, there are 4 people styles in this world. The 5th one does not exist. And we are all a unique combination of these 4 styles. Okay? Now, depending on what style you are, you have a different take on what is networking.
Okay.
Okay? The owls are the ones who wish to hide when it's networking. They really wish to hide. They want to go away, snug under their mama's dupatta, or go under that carpet, or go under that rug. They want to hide.
Behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain, true. The parrots are the ones when talk networking, they're all chirpy, they are all excited, they will all go there, do that, enjoy, have a ball of a time. Okay, totally excited. Wonderful. The eagles are the ones who are excited, but they're more excited about if I'm going to go network, what I'm going to achieve out of it. They are results oriented. They are focused on result. They will typically network there jahan mera fayda hai.
Right.
So they are those what's in it for me type of people. Okay? And the fourth, the doves, are the ones who are going to network only in a place or a cause they passionately believe in.
Right.
And they are wonderful listeners. So when they come to a networking meeting, the doves will talk to few people. There will be long conversations. There will be लोग अपना दुखड़ा रो रहे हैं और ये सुन रहा है. Right?
Empathetic listeners.
Very, I mean, empathy doesn't even begin to describe them. They are those people who will put their work aside and say, chal yaar, Tejraj ko problem hai, let me go and help him. They'll put their work aside. Okay? So, that should answer the question. Depending on what is your style, is your reaction to networking. And let me tell you something. I have met owls who are amazing networkers. I told you, they want to hide. They call themselves the unnatural networkers. But then let me tell you, this owl category of people are so focused that if they come to know that this networking will help me grow my business, boss, you can't take it away from them. They'll do it in such a systematic, process-oriented manner that the parrot will wonder what happened. So no fear. I mean, if you have fear, it's just because you are one of these four.
Right.
And to get that fear out of you, you need to look at the other part of it. So owl is afraid, but if I tell the owl, look, this is going to help you grow your business in a systematic, process-oriented manner by interacting people you choose to interact with,
Right.
that's going to be enough for an owl to attend a networking event.
What an interesting take, Tejraj, because the moment we talk about networking, it's always that there is one single strategy, and then you go out, you prepare yourself, you prepare your pitch, you have your business cards ready, go to the events and start talking and give your elevator pitch.
True.
But nobody actually, before going for the networking, actually look internally as an individual that what is my style, who am I as a person. And as image consultant, I think this is something that we must look at, that which one are we? Are we the doves? Are we the, the owls who are going to ace it if it makes really a good sense to us, or are we the parrots? And having that very good understanding of your motivations, your desires, as well as your inhibition, having a very good understanding of it. It's a very interesting take, because once you're aware, that awareness can help you become a little bit better in terms of like, okay, this scenario, this people, these kind of situations would work a little bit more better for me. So let's dive more into the individual aspect. You gave already a few examples of the, the 4 personality type. Can you shed more light? Because how does a person, maybe if you can just go one by one, that what could be maybe a ritual or one thing that each personality could do to keep in mind to actually when they go out for network? So one takeaway if you could give.
So for an eagle, he or she would typically network where people more successful than him are going to be there. Okay? And it's not that he consider himself or herself less successful, because for an eagle, I'm the prima donna. Nobody bigger than me. Okay? And when he networks with people successful, he's able to validate himself.
Right.
And he's very result oriented.
Right.
So if you are an eagle, I will tell you, look, there's a fantastic summit happening at Radisson, because the brand matters to an eagle. If I do the same summit in a banquet hall in Andheri, the eagle will say, pagal ho gaya hai kya? Okay? So there's a lovely summit happening. You're going to meet some excellent speakers. Okay? You're going to interact with them. I'm showing him the successful people who are there in the room. And I'm going to say there'll be wonderful takeaways from me in terms of results. Okay? So that's what's going to make an eagle motivated to network.
Right, right.
And parrot, they just love one word. Fun. They just want to have fun. I mean, there was a song by Madonna, I don't know which singer, girls just want to have fun.
Yes.
Sorry, parrots just want to have fun. Don't get into gender. Don't make me feel outside, Baba. I also want to have fun, right? So parents just want to have fun.
Fun, okay.
Come what may. I'll be honest with you. Uh, even if there's a death in the family, the person who can stay saddest for the least amount of time is the parent. Okay, ek do din to dukh rahega, but he'll very quickly come out of it. Because he desperately needs to just have fun. Nothing wrong. So you got to first give up judging people.
Yeah.
Okay? Doves, as I said, tell him you're going to meet few lovely people, can build good relationships with them, and meaningful family, personal relationships. If you're meeting a dove, you try to sell him a program, won't work. Because they don't want to feel pressured.
Right.
You first build a relationship with them.
Right.
And for an owl, just show him that what you're going to do is going to help you create a systematic, effective, efficient, these are the words they love. They love to work in an effective, efficient manner. And that's what they want. If you look at the films, who's the owl? Anybody? Can you guess owls in the film industry? Amir Khan, Sanjay Leela Bhansali, Ajay Devgan, Amitabh, right? Now, I remember sharing on a podcast with somebody, I said, who decides for an owl the result was good? Yeah. The owl himself. So you tell Amir Khan, your Sarfarosh was a brilliant hit, and Amir Khan will at this point even now tell you, what I regret about that movie is, because I was making quite a lot of movies at that point in time, my hair was too long to be a police officer. Here you have a super hit movie, and here you have a successful super hit actor, and at this point in time, after 20 years of success of the movie, he's still thinking about what could have been improved upon. That's an owl for you.
Owl. Very interesting.
So, go to understand yourself,
Right.
recognize people, and adapt.
Wow.
The key word is adapting.
That is so insightful. And now I'm wondering that, okay, I've got an insight about me. I have figured out who I am, and I'm a very prominent one personality type. So I have figured out who I am, but it gets so complicated because if I'm in a room full of people, and if I have to network, for example, with everyone, I may be talking to a parrot or an owl or a dove, and I may not have that skill set of interacting. So what are the common mistakes that these people do when they are, like a parrot is talking to a dove, or an eagle is talking to, actually an eagle talking to a dove.
So an eagle talking to a dove is like the eagle is all on sale, order, payment. And our dove is saying, पर बता तो सही तेरे बच्चे कौन से स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं? या मुझसे तो पूछ मेरे बच्चे कौन से स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं? Right? So if as an image consultant, if I'm selling to a lady whose children are studying in school, I would rather build relationship with her and ask her a pain point ki, when it comes to parent-teacher meeting, my child doesn't want me to come to school. Right?
Right.
So I can help her fix that.
Right.
As an image consultant, you can help her fix that, right?
Right.
But if I use the same approach with an eagle lady, I mean, you've come here to sell me something. Talk about that. मेरे बच्चों में कहाँ जा रही हो तुम यार? The eagle doesn't want to talk about family and kids.
Yeah.
So the whole conversation flows depending on how we recognize the other person to be.
Right.
If we are an eagle, we will want the results. But when you're talking to a dove,
Right.
we can't walk the way we want to talk, right? We got to talk the way the person wants to listen. So I do always mention that listening, what is communication? So we have image consultants in the room. According to me, communication is the art of speaking to people in their language.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I don't mean Hindi, Urdu, Pakistani, whatever. What I mean is, it is how you perceive what I say. I may say X, Y, Z, but if you hear ABC, then it's ABC.
Absolutely.
I can go screaming, no, it was XYZ. No, it's ABC. That's what you've understood.
Wow.
So I got to adapt my conversation in such a manner that you understand and I tell you what you want to understand,
Excellent.
which depends purely on this.
Wow. Yeah. What an insightful conversation and your inputs basically, because this is a very different take on networking from the traditional networking that we have heard. And I think I'm going to take away the aspect that I need to be more mindful about people, personality, and then adapting. As you said, the key word is to adapt, to know that who you are and who you could be, having that understanding, engaging, and then adapting according to that. That's where the small talks, first few conversation, all of that, the first level comes in, where you could understand, is this a person who's a parrot or an owl or an eagle or whatever they are, or the dove, right? Sorry, whatever, no, dove. They are doves, right? So whichever personality type they are. All right, so I think we can go on and discussing into it, deep dive into it, Tejraj, and that's where my final question, and we'll open then to the audience also. One last advice, one piece of advice that you would like to give to our audience, image consultants, soft skills trainer, working with people, helping them become better. And of course, from that whole aspect of that, people don't know much about image consulting, you know, so there is a little bit of a couple of more barriers for them to actually go out and network and talk about who they are. So one advice that you would give to them from networking perspective.
The most important thing for successful networking is to be clear on your purpose. Now, I'm taking off from where Sonia started with purpose in the morning, and Mr. Deepak also went a little bit more on the purpose. Purpose for me is your why. So when Sonia was talking about getting up in the morning, I said, did you get up in the morning with a kick, which was a line Sonia used? Or did someone or something kick you to get up in the morning? Right? Maybe financial needs kicked you, maybe somebody else kicked you. Was it that? Then you go to still discover your purpose. Because your purpose is not somebody else kicking you.
Right.
It's you getting up with a kick. Now, again, a lot of us assume that purpose is about a problem of my client that I want to solve. While that is a part of the purpose, but the important point is, you've forgotten the word your. That's purpose. But what is the your in that purpose? Okay, so when I talk about networking coaching or word of mouth marketing coaching, I say, let's discover your IAC. Now, what is IAC? What is your inspirational, action-oriented connection? Okay? Now, where is the you in your purpose? Why do you want to solve this problem of your client? How does it relate with your past or your childhood? So I always say your why is your origin story. So अगर मेरा बस चले तो मैं लोगों को पिछले जन्मों में ले जाऊं उनका वाई ढूंढने के लिए, लेकिन वो पॉसिबल नहीं है, तो एटलीस्ट as close to the childhood as possible. And I mean childhood. Or other 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, because that's the age when a why gets formed.
That's true.
It's only that we don't know about it. So that's the your in your purpose. So that's what is very important. And people spoke about the word like, right? Likes on your post. I wanted to share something at that point in time, but obviously for obvious reasons I did not. Once you want likes, how many people are foodies out here? मैं तो सबसे पहले हाथ ऊपर करूंगा. So somebody liking the likes is like a foodie जो अरोमा से खुश हो गया. बहुत अच्छी खुशबू आ रही थी, मजा आ गया. ना you're posting to get धंधा ना. Like one of our panel speakers pointed out, अरोमा को छोड़ दे यार, वो taste मजा आना चाहिए था, right? The result was important.
Right.
So the important factor is you to understand what's your why over there. Don't be satisfied with the aroma. खाने की खुशबू अच्छी थी, मेरा पेट भर गया. मेरा तो नहीं भरता है भाई. Because without that result, without that income, without that money that I want to earn, I can't lead the life I want to lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's also important. And once you're clear about your why, then what do you want to do? Where do you want to head out? I call that the vision. So your purpose is your origin story.
Right.
There is a place where you are right now. Let's describe what is your vision 5 years down the line. Now, once you're clear about your vision, then let's find out how am I to go from here to there. That is your mission. So the way to, before you do anything else, is to be clear on your why, your vision, your mission, and your core values. And when you share all this, so people wanted content for sharing, right?
Right.
This is you,
Absolutely.
your content. No one can give it to you.
Absolutely.
No one can steal it from you. Share. And people of your tribe, which is a word Sonia uses a lot, and it's a lovely word, they'll get attracted to you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is what she believes in. I agree with her. I'm gonna push and make her succeed.
Right.
That's what referrals or networking is all about,
Right.
right? So
Absolutely.
these are the things one needs to do in order to get the maximum out of your networking
Excellent.
and still keep having fun.
Brilliant. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much, Tejraj. In the interest of our time, I'll take one question from the audience, but he's with us. So during the lunchtime, of course, you can interact with him, ask questions, and yeah, I'm sure Tejraj would be happy to help. One question, anyone? Okay. Nitisha, all right. So yeah, Nitisha, you can ask the question. And all of you later can please pick his brains. Go for it, Nitisha.
So like you mentioned, we have 4 personalities. Now, what if one has a little bit of all? How do you identify that
I actually
personality?
mentioned that everybody is a unique combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 85% of the world is a combination of 2,
Correct.
not 4.
4.
Right.
I have met people who are combinations of 4. It's brilliant to interact with them because it's such a lovely experience. And then there's another kind of person who has all 4, the person who's adapting.
Correct. Yes.
So I may have 2, but when I'm interacting with the different style, when I'm adapting, now people can't figure me out.
Right. Yes.
Right?
There are those. of
So
course.
please understand, very few people are a balanced mix of all 4. You'll always find 2 more prominent. There is a good percentage with 3 and a very good percentage with only 1, which is like screaming from the rooftops,
Right.
like Donald Trump. The man screams from the rooftops what style he is.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tejraj. Wonderful
Thank you, Sonia.
conversation.
Thank you, ISIM, for having me. Thank you, Ashwin, for reaching out.
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening fireside chat. Like sir said, it's very important to understand yourself and to adapt and cultivate genuine relationship and leverage them strategically is important for achieving success beyond traditional networking efforts.